need headline news, but we're all set now.
All right.
I was trying to get my YouTube broadcast up. It's up now.
Oh, okay. Thank you for listening.
So now I can.
Your hometown radio station is AM 1530. WVBF
I'll let you know.
and 99.7 FM.
All right, let's see. 305. Here we go.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the host and do not express the views of WVDF ownership or Hometown Talk Radio. Content aired on all programs are those of the host and their guests.
It's time for Middleboro Matters on WVBF 1530 AM and 99.7 FM. Hosted by Joey Crystal. Call in at 508-822-1106. And now, here is Joey Crystal with Middleboro Matters.
And good morning, everybody. Welcome to Middleboro Matters. I am Joey Driscoll. Today is the 11th of May, 2026, and a beautiful Monday here once again. We have a jam-packed show planned for you today. As always, 508-822-1106 is the phone number to call if you want to call in, talk about what's on your mind. We'll start off with talking about this because it is going to be tonight. Summer Fun Run number 2. It's here every Monday in May, June, July, and August, rain or shine. Registration opens tonight at 6 p.m. Race will begin at 6:30 p.m. this evening. Sign up and parking at the Park and Rec office, which is at 2258 King Philip Street. That's just a few yards off of Route 104, South Main Street, near the Taunton-Raynham line on Route 44. Weekly entry, that's $2, cash only. No checks, no credit cards. Financing is available. Sign up once the first time, and after that, you just toss another $2 into the can. Sign up, and then after, use the same bib you got when you first signed up every time you come. Friendly, easy course through residential neighborhoods and open country roads. Sidewalk and bike lane for mile 1. Sidewalk and runner lane after that. One hill from mile 2 leading to mile 3, which will be tree-lined road with little, if any, traffic. Last leg is along open farmland and athletic fields. Finish line is where you signed up and parked. Cool water and sports drinks await you there. Sponsored and organized by the Colonial Road Runners Club, and no, you don't have to join the club to run. As I mentioned in the last hour with Ron, I participated in one of these runs, not to run, but to hand out water and Gatorade. So however you want to participate in this particular event, go ahead and sign up for it. There are a lot of runners from Raynham, Middleboro, Taunton, and other areas as well, and some pretty big runners as well. Some that have run the Boston marathons. Jim mentioned one that won the Boston Marathon a couple of times as well, who participates in this run as well. So it's fun for every type of runner, and also it's a great community event too. So again, the Summer Fun Run tonight, Monday, 6 p.m. Registration, 6:30 p.m. race start. Raynham Summer Fun Run number 2. So there you go. Wanted to definitely start off by talking about that as well. Another thing I want to mention, as we like to do at least once a week, sometimes it's multiple times a week, but it is important. It is blood drives. We have several blood drives coming up here in the month of May. First off, Tuesday, May 26th, the Morton Hospital main building, 88 Washington Street, Taunton, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. for that blood drive. Norton Public Library on the same day, 68 East Main Street, Norton, 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. for that blood drive. Wednesday, the 27th of May at Holy Cross Church, 225 Purchase Street in Southeastern, 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. for that blood drive. Then we have Saturday, the 30th of May at Tri-Town Masonic Lodge, 38 Franklin Street, East Bridgewater, 7 a.m. to noon for that blood drive. And that is going to be on Saturday, May 30th. Holy Cross Church, that blood drive is on Wednesday, May 27th. So a lot of blood drives coming up here for the second half of May. And once we get towards the end of May, we'll have June's blood drives as well to talk about for everybody as well. If you're able to give blood, definitely go out and go to these particular blood drives. You can sign up on the Red Cross website by typing in the zip code for these particular blood drives. And also, if you're unable to make any of these blood drives, but do still want to give blood, there are blood donation centers in Rainham, also in Kingston as well. So there you go. Wanted to definitely mention that, definitely talk about that. Now, a couple of news stories here I want to definitely mention and talk about that have made the news, especially in the Masked Week. So the first one I mentioned this one yesterday, and this one is a very interesting one too. And that is that the Dairy Queen in Middleboro has been sold. It has been sold. The iconic Dairy Queen in Middleboro, a mainstay for the town for 50 years, has changed ownership, but not family ownership. George Panini, who has owned the business since the late 70s, 1978, recently sold the Dairy Queen to his niece Nicole Panini Ferreira and Cara Panini Kenderin, along with their spouses Mike Ferreira and Joe Kenderin. They represent the third owners in the Panini family. The store was purchased in 1966 by John Panini, who sold the venture to his son in 1978. His nieces report that they are honored and excited to carry on the tradition. They remember hearing stories of their uncle George working at the counter at age 7, displaying an acumen for math and an affinity for the business. Now, Middleboro is the Middleboro Dairy Queen. That's a treats-only business, and it ranks as the second most profitable treats-only location in the country, which that surprised me to hear that quite a bit. Again, I wonder what the number one most ranked treats-only Dairy Queen location is, but Middleboro being number 2 is very, very impressive as well. That is from Camilla Madeira. She said that. Camilla Madeira said that. Public relations specialist for real estate brokerage firm Marcus and Millchap, who are also, I believe, involved as well. A top performer for the company. The site is the most popular Dairy Queen in the state. And this is based on foot traffic as well. The land and the business were sold to his nieces under the corporation name Ferrara Kenderden LLC in Winthrop for $4.2 million. New owners look forward to maintaining the successful business and maintaining its dedication to community outreach and support as well. So that is a really big deal as well. That location has been around since the 1950s. Located at 7 East Grove Street, the Middleboro Dairy Queen features an 1880 square foot freestanding building, which, if you look at other Dairy Queen treats-only buildings, very similar to those. And a 0.75 acre parcel. The business also includes a double-lane drive-through, which you're seeing a lot in fast food restaurants nowadays. Double-laned drive-thrus. You see it at McDonald's. You see it at not quite Burger King yet, or Wendy's yet. Actually, no, you do see that at Wendy's a little bit, but definitely McDonald's, Wendy's, Dairy Queen does this as well. Double lane drive-throughs. Also has 29 parking spaces as well. So that's a big story there as well. Another big story is just like Middleboro, Lakeville is facing some budget cuts as well. This is a story from also Nemasket Week. A proposal to reduce Lakeville's financial contribution to the Freetown Lakeville School District by more than $1 million, failed on last week's May 5th Select Board meeting, but prompted some discussion on how schools should be funded and how schools are funded. Select Board member Christopher Plonka proposed that the town's contribution to the schools, now scheduled at nearly $20 million, be reduced by $1.3 million. He said that Lakeville's portion of the school budget increased by about 10% from the previous year. Reducing the funding would lower the added funding to 3%, which he said was more in line with previous increases, 2 to 5% range. That money would save the town and bolster the save the town's budget and bolster the municipal budget as well. On the other side, Select Board member Leah Fabian said she didn't agree with the amount of Plonka's proposed cut, but she questioned why the district could not provide more of its own funding. So it goes on a little bit. If you want to read this particular article, it's on the Nemasket Week. But there will be a special election. Following the discussion, the board approved a municipal budget of $38 million. This figure will be next year's town budget if voters reject an override next Tuesday, May 19th, at the special election. The budget that will be in place if an override is passed is set to be finalized next week. So they're having some definitely interesting budget discussions, and so is Middleboro as well. And this is very dire here for Middleboro. Also on the Nemasket Week, more than 20 employees in Middleboro could be cut. More than 20 town employees could lose their jobs, and another 9 posts will not be filled. This is according to a preliminary budget presented by the Select Board last Monday by interim town manager Joseph Perkins. The cuts were part of an effort to address a $3.5 million shortfall in next year's budget. Jobs that could be lost include 5 civilian dispatchers for the fire department, 4 police officers, and 20 positions of land steward held by Darren Vasa and facilities manager filled by Matt Foy. The cuts include laying off 19 people and cutting funding for additional 1.5 positions. Perkins said 4 positions will be eliminated through attrition. Some of those not being filled, and then you would lose that through attrition. I think Barry mentioned that. Barry talked about a little bit about that as well on his interview with me on Friday. So that happens in every town or city, attrition like that. And 3 to retirement and 1 to resignation. 5 vacant jobs will remain unfilled. Perkins said he made the cuts with an eye to maintain services for the residents of Middleboro. And this goes on a little bit more, but you want to read this entire article again on the Nemasket Week. The Select Board is scheduled to vote on the budget tonight. So it's going to be a big meeting tonight at the Board of Selectmen meeting in Middleboro. They will be voting on this budget. The budget then goes before town meeting June 1st. Town meeting is June 1st. So again, going to be a big meeting tonight, and it's going to be a big meeting tonight, big town meeting on June 1st as well. So if you're in Middleboro and want to go down to the Board of Selectmen meeting, definitely do so. It's going to be a very important one. Also, if you want to check it out on television, it will be on MacCam. I think channel 34. I think if you're on Verizon, I don't know what channel on Comcast off the top of my head. But I know Verizon, I believe, is channel 34. If you want to check that out on television if you can't make it to the meeting tonight. And also, town meeting will be extremely important too on June 1st. So there's some really big stories there to start here the show as well. What are your thoughts on those? 508-822-1106. 508-822-1106 is number. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Voices of Our Region is a live, community-centered radio program that explores the rich cultural histories and contributions of the diverse populations that have shaped southeastern Massachusetts. It's hosted by Louie Laura Fridays and airs from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at AM 1530 and 99.7 FM WBBF. Join Louie for some great hometown conversations, stories, and interviews with people about traditions that continue to define our area. That's Voices of Our Region with Louie Laura from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. right here on your hometown radio station, WBBF.
Hi neighbor, Middleboro Gas Electric would like to share a quick safety tip with you. Whether you're planting shrubs or putting in a new mailbox, Dig Safe will help locate underground pipes and wires on your property and mark them to help prevent any damage. Before you dig, you must call 811 for any project that requires digging, drilling, excavating, grading, or trenching. A damaged gas line may create an explosion hazard that could result in loss of service, severe property damage, or worse. Don't take a chance. Call 811 before you dig.
Hi, I'm Chris Keach of the Morning Wake Up News here at WVBF. My good friend Joey Driscoll has an amazing program all about Middleboro Sunday mornings from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. It's called Middleboro in Review. He talks about sports. He talks about local events in Middleboro and anything of interest in Middleboro and beyond. So join him, Middleboro in Review with Joey Driscoll, Sunday morning, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. only here at AM 1530 WVBF and at 99.7 FM.
236. That's what I was looking for. There we go. Okay. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, 0. And we're back. As I turn down the bumper music, there we go. It's 11:25 a.m. here. And we're going to get to our sports segment coming out of the news break here as well. We got a lot to talk about with that. The NFL has announced when they will release their schedule. So we'll talk about that. Some of the schedule has already been released a little bit, especially the Sunday Night Football matchup for week number 1. And it's an AFC East matchup, which doesn't surprise me. That would be one of the Sunday night matchups. So we'll talk a little bit about that. We'll talk about the fact that there is no Red Sox baseball on television at all today. And this will be the same case 2 weeks from today as well, on Memorial Day. So no Red Sox to watch or listen to today as well. We'll give an update on the Providence Bruins. I haven't given an update on the Providence Bruins in a week, and unfortunately, this update will not be a positive one for the Providence Bruins. We'll give an update on the other Boston Bruins related team as well, the farm system team. And we don't really talk about these guys too often either. But it's the Maine Mariners of the ECHL as well. So we'll talk a little bit about them. We'll touch on WWE as well because I watched Backlash and great great pay-per-view, except for one match. We'll go over that match. Ron probably knows what match I'm talking about when it comes to that pay-per-view. There was one match on there that I just did not like at all. But not my type of wrestling, that match. But we did see, I think, in my opinion, the final match in the full-time career. Now, not the final match altogether. She will have other matches, probably in WWE, because I don't think she's leaving WWE. Just leaving WWE as a full-time performer. That is Asuka. She had her match with Io Sky this weekend. It was an amazing match, one of the best matches on the card. All the matches, pretty much, again, except for one, which we'll get to, really was awesome. Backlash, very, very good. Definitely made up for night one of WrestleMania, that's for sure. And we'll talk about Backlash too, and we'll talk about Asuka. Probably the end of her full-time career as a wrestler. She's now, I believe, 44 years old. So yeah, that it makes sense why she would want to wrap up her full-time career at this point. But again, I don't think she's leaving WWE. There's been a lot of speculation about that. I don't think she's leaving WWE because I think she just signed a 5-year deal. So not last year, but the year before. So she's not leaving. I don't think, unless she asked for her release. I don't know. But I haven't heard anything about that. But we'll talk a little bit about that and some other sports stuff as well coming up after the news. But I want to finish this half hour by talking a little bit about, this is another story that Ron mentioned in the last hour. 5 candidates, I mentioned this on Sunday as well. 5 candidates have been selected to serve on a 7-member committee that will help find a new town manager in Middleboro. Each select board member was asked to nominate someone to serve on the town manager search committee. The choices were John Barella, finance committee member, Joseph Mendel, a recently retired town planner, Randy Gagne, the former Middleboro library director, John Burbage, who is president of the Oak Point Homeowners Scholarship Fund, and Emily Surratt, management analyst for the town of Lakeville. Also, I believe, former assistant to the town manager's office as well, if my memory serves me correctly. She was in Middleboro, I believe, in the town manager's office before as well. In addition to these names, 2 additional at-large members will be selected. 9 people expressed interest in those positions as well. 2 committee members will be scheduled to be selected tonight at the select board meeting to complete the 7-member committee. There also may be 2 alternatives selected as well. The search committee will be tasked with recommending possible finalist candidates for the town manager position. And the committee will work with Municipal Resources, Inc., which was selected to assist the town manager search. So there you go. Definitely a big news story there. So it's 11:30 a.m. Let's take our news break and we'll be right back. Yeah, I loved Backlash. I thought it was awesome. That Danhausen match was an abomination. Total abomination.
They are squeezing every last nickel they can.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They absolutely are.
It's not. They're going to go from wild applause to
no punches when it comes to his feelings about
so
Iran's response.
That Danhausen thing I think has a short leash for sure. But we'll see. I mean, at least there was a good opportunity for AAA. Yeah, it was a good opportunity for AAA for that wrestler in AAA. I assumed it was a wrestler from AAA. I wasn't sure.
Evidently, I've seen a report. It's a mini named Masquerade Dorado. It was a pretty popular mini in AAA.
Yeah.
He was Mini Housen.
Yeah.
The others, I think, were just actors.
Yes, the others were just actors, but he was really good. But yeah, it was just a match that was like, compared to the other four matches on the other matches on the card, it didn't sit right with me. Because the other matches on the card were absolutely fantastic.
Lieutenant E became one of two soldiers who fell off the cliff during a recreational hike. The Army reported both service members missing on May 2nd after taking part in African Lion, an annual multinational military exercise.
Correspondent Andrew Stewart. A French woman and 2 Americans who tested positive or showed symptoms of hantavirus are among passengers evacuated from a cruise ship in the Canary Islands, sent back to their home countries, where they are now in quarantine. The Dow is up 40 points, NASDAQ ahead 28. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Hey, I'm Kirk Cameron. Is health insurance eating up your budget for 2026? If you're looking for ways to better steward your finances, consider this: Christian Healthcare Ministries. It's a health insurance alternative at half the cost. Join CHM today by visiting chministries.org/wellness. While insurance companies tell you when to join, what to pay, and where to go, CHM is different. As a ministry, CHM allows you to share the burden of medical bills with other Christians. You can enroll, switch programs, or leave at any time. Christian Healthcare Ministries. It's a world of difference. CHM has 4 flexible programs. You can pick any certified doctor, surgeon, or hospital that you want for eligible care. So make the switch. Take your paycheck back from health insurance this year. Join CHM today by visiting chministries.org/wellness. That's chministries.org/wellness.
The mothers and wives of people missing in drug cartel-related violence in Mexico have led thousands in a march for justice.
Mothers of the missing, who march every Mother's Day, have this year called on football fans to join them. A call that comes just ahead of the FIFA World Cup, which Mexico is co-hosting. They said there is nothing to celebrate as Mexican mothers pay the most difficult match for justice. The marchers chanted, "Mexico, champion in disappearances," as they held banners and signs with pictures of their loved ones. Earlier this year, Mexican authorities said they had potentially identified more than 40,000 people listed as disappeared who may be alive.
That's a BBC's Mimi Swaby. The Philippines House of Representatives has voted to impeach Vice President Sara Duterte over alleged unexplained wealth, misuse of state funds, threats to have the president assassinated. The House voting 255 to 26 with 9 abstentions. News and analysis, townhall.com. He was one of the most fiery and most successful managers in the history of Major League Baseball.
The baseball world is mourning the death of Atlanta Braves Hall of Fame manager Bobby Cox. The Braves said Cox died Saturday in Marietta, Georgia at the age of 84. Cox managed
I think the Braves are winning the World Series.
In the 1990s and
They look like they're the best team.
championship in 1995.
Of course, they have that Sale
He took
guy.
over a last place team
Yeah.
in
He's
June of
good.
1990, and the next season led the Braves to a worst to first finish. That was the start of a record 14 consecutive division titles. Cox retired after the 2010 season. He had a stroke in 2019. I'm Gethin Poolball.
Existing home sales essentially flat last month. Another lackluster showing for the housing market during what's traditionally its busiest time of the year. Used home sales edging up 0.2% last month from March. More on these stories, townhall.com.
There we go. All right. And welcome back to Middleboro Matters. I am Joey Driscoll. Today is Monday, May 11th, 2026. Now we switch over to our sports segment now. Start off with WWE as well. Here, WWE had an absolutely great pay-per-view in Tampa, Florida on Saturday, and it was WWE Backlash. WWE Backlash is an event that takes place immediately after WrestleMania. It's basically what it is named. It's the Backlash after WrestleMania. It's all the stuff that happens after WrestleMania. Sometimes you get the rematches at WrestleMania from WrestleMania at this show. You had one of those here. You have other stuff as well. Actually, you have two of those here, actually, I believe. So you get all of that as well. And this is a big pay-per-view because the next pay-per-view after this is Clash in Italy. They will be traveling to Turin after this in a couple of weeks. May 31st, which is a Sunday. They will be in Turin, Italy for Clash in Italy. So that's going to be a big pay-per-view. I believe one match has already been confirmed for the card, and that would be Cody Rhodes versus Gunther. That is going to be an amazing match. But Backlash was a very, very good pay-per-view. It would have been a perfect pay-per-view if it wasn't for one match. We'll get to that one match in a second. But again, very, very good pay-per-view in my opinion. I'd probably give it a B+. I would probably give it a B+. Very good pay-per-view for WWE. Definitely something that they needed after WrestleMania Night 1. WrestleMania Night 2, I had no problem with. WrestleMania Night 1, yeah, not great. Especially that main event. But Night 2, much better. So they needed this. They needed a pay-per-view like this, and they delivered. So let's go over the matches. Braun Breaker versus Seth Rollins. Braun Breaker defeated Seth Rollins in what was an amazing matchup. Braun Breaker is a star. Braun Breaker is a star, and he definitely proved that here. He is going to be a multi-time champion in this business within a very short amount of time, I think, in my opinion. Seth Rollins, he's getting up there in age. I think his full-time career, not over. Obviously, I think he's got a few more years left in him when it comes to full-time. But it is starting to wind down, I think. You're going to see Seth Rollins more in a role where he is lifting the younger performers up rather than winning championships, I think, in the coming years. You still might win a championship here or two. He might have another world title reign or two, maybe. But I think you're starting to see that kind of transition for Seth, along with another wrestler we'll mention here in a second, who I think that transition has been completed fully. But then the second match, Trick Williams versus Sami Zayn, with Little Yachty in Trick Williams' corner. Now, I didn't like the build at all to this match. I think it was goofy. If you've watched SmackDown, if you're a wrestling fan and watched SmackDown over the past couple of weeks, you know what I'm talking about. It was very goofy. Some of the segments, kind of childish in my opinion. But I don't know. I mean, it was a good match at Backlash, though. I gotta tell you, it was a good match. This storyline is kind of serving as a transition for Sami Zayn's character. You're going to see heel Sami Zayn very soon. If you've been watching WWE over the past few years, it's been babyface, which means good guy. Heel means bad guy. I think he's switching over to that role as a bad guy, heel character over probably very soon. Probably sometime during the summer. Very, very soon. Maybe even sooner than that. Yes, Sami Zayn lost the championship at WrestleMania, and he lost the rematch here. to Trick Williams. Trick Williams, again, another guy who I think over the next couple of years is going to be a massive star in WWE. Backlash was used to really highlight the future of WWE. Those first two matches, perfect examples. Now, we get to the match where I just didn't understand. I didn't understand it. I like Danhausen. I do. I like his character. I think he's funny. He gets laughs out of me. But this match did not need to be on Backlash. I think it should have been replaced with a match like Dominic Mysterio and Finn Balor again, or something else, or the WWE Tag Team Championships. Should have replaced this match. It wasn't a horrible match, but it just wasn't my cup of tea. It's Danhausen and Minihausen, who's a wrestler from AAA that wrestled with Danhausen. WWE and AAA have a working partnership. Actually, it's more of a working partnership. Actually, WWE owns half that business now. AAA wrestling in Mexico. So that this match I think was a highlight for AAA. It just wasn't my cup of tea. Kit Wilson and The Miz are annoying, in my opinion, and The Miz has been that way for years. In my opinion, I just didn't like this match. I mean, the right people won. Okay, we'll say that the right people won. Danhausen won this match, which is a correct decision. And let's just move on. Io Sky defeated Asuka in what I believe is Asuka's final full-time match, full-time as a wrestler match in WWE. She will be back. I don't think she's leaving WWE. There's a lot of rumors online about that. I don't believe she is, unless she comes out with a statement herself saying that, yes, I'm leaving WWE, going back to Japan to wrestle here and there. Then I'm not going to listen to any of the rumors online as to Asuka leaving WWE. I think she's going to continue with WWE. I think she's going to be in a backstage role, in my opinion. Maybe working with international talent. I think that would be perfect for Asuka to do, especially the Japanese talent that comes in, because there has been some Japanese talent that has come in over the past couple of weeks here. And there is going to be more as well, if rumors are to be believed, with Hiromu Takahashi. There we go. And also, there's another guy from Pro Wrestling Noah that might be coming in for a short term kind of thing, an excursion, they call it. So I think Asuka would be great for that. But I think there's also personal reasons why she has decided to step away for right now, as that's being mentioned online. So I think this is Asuka's final full-time match as a wrestler. A fantastic match against Io Sky. A very emotional one. No Kairi Sane. I know that a lot of people were thinking that was going to happen. It didn't. No Kairi, which I wasn't surprised by. But great match. Io Sky and Asuka. Just a fantastic match. And that main event. Main event was awesome. Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu. Yes, it really wasn't any tension as to who was going to win this match. It was obviously going to be Roman. They weren't going to have Roman lose the title a month after winning it. That wasn't not going to happen. But this rivalry is not over. This rivalry is absolutely not over. There's going to be a second match here. What a great match. Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu. So great pay-per-view for WWE for Backlash. And I think it builds momentum to Clash in Italy, in Turin, Italy, in just a couple of weeks. All right, well, let's take a quick commercial break right now. When we come back, we'll do the rest of our sports. Believe it or not, incorporate, I think, some local sports in here. as well. And give you an update on a couple of things as well. The Cape Cod Baseball League is starting next month. And also the Lowell Spinners are going to be returning 2 weeks from Wednesday. We'll talk a little bit about that too in our sports segment. Excuse me. And we'll be right back.
Hi neighbor, Middleboro Gas and Electric would like to share a quick safety tip with you. Many people have been taking on home improvements this year, but have you also upgraded your electrical safety system? Older homes, like so many in our area, have outdated breakers and wiring that may not meet the high-powered needs of modern technology. A licensed electrician knows all the code requirements, including the latest updates adopted just last year. You can find an easy-to-read summary of home upgrades to consider at mged.com.
Hi, I'm Chris Keach of the Morning Wake Up News here at WVBF. My good friend Joey Driscoll has an amazing program all about Middleboro Sunday mornings from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. It's called Middleboro in Review. He talks about sports. He talks about local events in Middleboro and anything of interest in Middleboro and beyond. So join him, Middleboro in Review with Joey Driscoll, Sunday morning, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. only here at AM 1530 WVBF and at 99.7 FM.
And welcome back to Middleboro Matters. I am Joey Driscoll. Today is May 11th, 2026. It's Monday. It's a beautiful Monday as well here in Taunton, outside of our Hong Kong City studios here on Broadway. So, continuing with our sports, one thing I want to mention here, let's do a little bit of transportation here real fast. I want to mention this. On Sunday, we'll finish up talking about the Downeaster, okay, with Dawn, because one aspect of the Downeaster I haven't mentioned is the station. We'll do that in our transportation segment next Sunday. One thing I want to mention for the transportation segment today is I mentioned this to Ron off the air. I mentioned that I saw something for the first time that I have not seen here in the years that I've been driving here past this railroad crossing in Taunton on Arlington Street. I got stopped, and there was a train that went by that crossing. Again, first time. I've never been stopped at that crossing, and I was today. And a very quick mass coastal train went by. About 6 or 7 cars, something like that. Very small mass coastal train. It was like a minute, and then I was on my way again here towards the station. But wanted to mention that was kind of cool. I had that as well. And also want to mention as well, we're going to have some news over the next couple of weeks as this gets underway. The Union Pacific Big Boy is going to be rolled out here, and it is going to be on a country excursion pretty much this summer in celebration of America 250. And we're going to talk a little bit about that once it gets a little bit closer, I think. We'll talk a little bit about that. Don and I are planning to go see it somewhere. I don't know exactly where. Maybe in New York somewhere at some point here when that does happen. And we'll have reports about it. We'll talk a little bit about it when that does happen as well, because that's a big thing. The Union Pacific Big Boy is a very unique train, and it's going to be a big summer for that to talk about that. So when that happens, when the Union Pacific Big Boy starts its journey, and when we know when we're gonna try to go, you know, see it, we'll let everyone know, and then we'll let everyone know about our experience as well when that happens. So we'll talk soon about that. All right, so that's your little bit of a transportation topic today. Again, on Sunday, tune in on Sunday for Middleboro Review. We'll have the last little part of our Downeaster talk, and that's the stations. It's the only thing I haven't mentioned is the stations. Now, let's talk a little bit about some baseball here. Again, today is Monday, May 11th. There is no minor league baseball. The majority of the Mondays on the schedule, no minor league baseball takes place. There's a couple of exceptions. I believe it was last Monday or the Monday before, there was one match that took place due to a scheduling conflict with the stadium, I think, in Oregon, in Eugene, Oregon. So I believe that stadium where Eugene Emeralds play is the same one where you get some college baseball that I guess played as well there. So I guess there was some sort of scheduling conflict. So that was a Monday game for the Eugene Emeralds. That was, I don't know if that was last Monday or the Monday before, but it was recently. The next time you're going to see minor league Monday games is going to be May 25th. It is Memorial Day, but no Red Sox organization games at all that day. And also today as well. No Boston Red Sox today, no Worcester, no Portland, no Greenville, no Salem as well today. And that's the same thing for the 25th of May, Memorial Day. But there will be 5 games. We'll mention that real quick. There will be 5 games to talk about on Memorial Day. But the Boston Red Sox, they'll take on the Philadelphia Phillies tomorrow at 6:45 p.m. at home. So the Phillies are traveling from Philadelphia to here. 3-game homestand for the Red Sox once again here starting tomorrow. For AAA Worcester, they'll travel to Buffalo 6:05 p.m. tomorrow evening to take on the Buffalo Bison as well. And then AA Portland will travel to Hartford to take on the Hartford Yard Goats, the Colorado Rockies affiliate. Hartford Yard Goats from Hartford, Connecticut are the Colorado Rockies AA affiliate. That's interesting. I don't know how that really ever happened, but that's what happens. That's the case. Again, minor league baseball and the affiliates are very interesting, to say the least. But the Hartford Yard Goats and Portland Sea Dogs, they'll start a series at 7:10 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Then High A Greenville will take on Bowling Green, the Bowling Green Hot Rods, the Tampa Bay Rays affiliate. And that's at 6:45 p.m. tomorrow. Let me double check that. I might be wrong. It might be the Rangers, actually. Let me just double check that. I think it's the Rays, but let me just double check. Oh, 1 second here. Okay, it doesn't tell me. Okay, that's unfortunate. All right, anyway, I think it's the Rays. I think it's the Rays. But anyway, we go back to the schedule. 6:45 p.m. start for that match. And then single A, that is going to be Salem. They'll have a game at 6:35 p.m. and that will be at Fredericksburg. They'll take on the Fredericksburg Nationals once again, 6:35 p.m. tomorrow. So there is your schedule there for that. Now, Middleboro. Let's talk about Middleboro and their athletics, softball and baseball as well. start off with baseball. Their next game will be May 11th. No, it'll be today, actually. May 11th at 4 p.m. They'll take on Bishop Fien at home. Then they'll take on Norwell after that. That's a league game. May 14th, they'll take on East Bridgewater and East Bridgewater. They'll have a home game against Rockland on the 18th of May. The 20th of May is Bishop Stang at home. And then to finish the regular season, May 22nd, they'll take on Somerset Berkeley Regional as well. And their record, I don't see what their record is, but their record is pretty good. There's only a couple of losses here for them overall this year for high school baseball for Middleboro. Then we go over to the softball. Girls varsity softball from Middleboro. They're struggling a little bit as well, but they have a huge amount of wins now. They struggled a little bit early on, I think, is what it was. But they have some pretty big wins now over the past couple of games. Some games, the last 3 games before the most recent one, the last 3 games, they won 19-6, 18-0, and 16-4. That's against Hull, Carver, and Cohasset. They had a 4-2 win against Bishop Fien in their last game. They have a double header, 2 different days, a home and home, double header kind of thing. Not a double header, but back to back. That's the word I'm talking about. That's the word I'm looking for. A back to back with Norwell. Here we go, Norwell, and that is going to be one game. The next game coming up at 6:30 p.m. will be in Middleboro. And then they'll travel to Norwell. I said Lowell again. Norwell, Wednesday, May 13th at 3:30 p.m. Then they'll take on East Bridgewater. They'll have Rockland, Apponequet. They'll take on Case, and then Somerset Berkeley to finish the year, finish the regular season off as well. For now, an update here on the Cape Cod Baseball League. Their first game, that is going to be on June 13th. They have a big schedule of games here. 4:30 start to 6 o'clock will be the games. The Wareham Gatemen, they'll take on Cotuit. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be on Saturday, June 13th. And then finally, the Lowell Spinners. The return of the Lowell Spinners, the first time in nearly 7 years that the Lowell Spinners have played baseball. They will have their first game on May 27th, 2 weeks from Wednesday. They'll take on the New Britain Bees. The Lowell Spinners are one of, I believe, 3 teams in the Futures League of New England that are former MILB teams as well. For Vermont being one of them, and I believe Norwich is the other one as well. So there you go. That'll do it for Middleboro Matters today. Hope everyone enjoyed Middleboro Matters today. I'll be back next week for another edition of Middleboro Matters. Until then, have a great week.